Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as a Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be making a topic that's a little bit different. So I'm going to be talking to you about the dangers of Bible bashing. So, you're like, oh, is that a Stone Man topic? Yes, it is, because when it comes to spirituality and when it comes to religion and when it comes to Christianity and just everything that has to do with spirituality, you're going to get religious fanatics. Yes. Now, this video is to the religious fanatics because I see them in my live, almost every single live. I get emails from them, lengthy emails of just pieces of different segments of the Bibles telling me how I'm going to go to hell because I'm wearing crystals and just different. I mean, they're so devoted to putting other people down when they are not perfect themselves. If your first thing to do is wake up in the morning and hunt for people who are not perfect and then try to persecute them and tell them they're going to hell, you're doing a giant injustice and you're actually going back against the message you are saying. Now, I'm not sure how many of you encounter religious fanatics or people who are just using the Bible, and I'm specifically talking about Christianity here because I'm an advocate of the Bible. In this video, I'm not going to be pulling up many verses at all. I'm not going to be, because that kind of feeds into the conversation, because what they do is they'll take bits and pieces and segments of the Bible and they will stitch together something and then add their own words to what they're stitching together. And it's really counterproductive and it's really sad because it makes people feel scared. It makes people feel very down. It makes people not. It makes them feel very oppressed. And I have multiple people actually messaging me daily. They're like, this person just said I'm going to hell and I'm gonna die and my soul is dead and I'm gonna burn. Like, can you please make a video on this? And this has been. I've gotten so many people saying this, and I'm like, yes, I'll make a video. But this is now finally time to make this video because I feel like this message is going to get to people who are religious fanatics, and this message is going to get the people who are on the other side, and this will get to a few people as well. So, people who are on the line, because sometimes people are just completely neutral. They might not be into Christianity, they might be completely into Christianity, or they might just be, and this video is not going to tell you, oh, be a Christian. No, this video is basically to make you aware that it's not all about shoving messages very, very harshly down other people's throats. It's really counterproductive and it's scaring people away from your actual message. There was a person in my life who joined the live, for example, and they say, okay, repent or you're going to hell. And I'm like, oh, hi, welcome here. Welcome to you too. And I'm like, and I just said to the person before I blocked them and kicked them out, I said, okay, maybe you are a good person with good intentions. Let's just assume that. But if your message is coming across very aggressively, like you're going to hell, like, really? First of all, you're inflicting fear into people. Then you're pulling up 100,000 verses in not the exact order they go in. Remember, the Bible's a book. It starts from start to finish. And those people don't even read the book start to finish. For example, people say, oh, you're going to hell because you're wearing crystals. That's witchcraft. I'm like, Moses' brother Aaron was just a high priest, wore 12 of them. Crystals are embedded all throughout the Bible. There's much more to the Bible. The people who are Bible bashing are not even reading the whole Bibles because there's certain things that they don't even know exist when you ask them. If you're someone who is deciding to go into Christianity, read the Bible from start to finish. Don't go cutting pieces up and just taking what you like out of it just to use it against other people. And it's really, really harmful because people will say, oh, Jesus is going to send you to hell for your sin. And they'll say it in a certain way and they'll say it in certain words. And then that will have people not going near Christianity at all. And not only does it push them away, but it pushes them away from other people who, for example, they'll get kind of uncomfortable. So a lot of people will get uncomfortable after they've been Bible bashed around anyone who is Christian, and it creates a division. This whole video is about anti-division, about unity and equality and just people being together. If you want to get your message across, there's definitely a way to do that. The way to do it is not just being aggressive, nasty, and mean. And now let me talk about the people who are trying to make other people perfect. I mean, it's almost shocking because those are the people with the most problems. It's like some of the people who are mental health advisors have the most mental health problems, and they're trying to help people with their mental health. It's just no one. I don't know if anyone else is seeing it, but I mean, your approach to it and being so vicious and so harmful to other people is actually pushing them away from something that's very good and that can bring them spiritual enhancement and uplift them, and you're just completely running them off. Keep in mind, if you pay attention to this video, I'm not taking bits and pieces of the Bible. The only thing I'm going to tell you guys is the Bible says, love thy neighbor. And it's not loving thy neighbor if the person's scared and they're confused at the end of talking to you and they feel like they're being pushed away from God, they're being pushed away from Jesus because of your message. It's horrible. And I see some of the people, I see people who are so against homosexuality, like they're quoting the verse in the Bible that says against homosexuality, and something my angels tell me is that person is not fully, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But the people who, let's just say the people who are against homosexuality the most, like, yeah, you're going to hell because you're homosexual. Those people do more than you think. I'm leaving it at that. And it's a good portion of them as well. So, like I said, these people who are not perfect are going around trying to make people perfect, pushing them away from the religion altogether. Because a lot of time when people get the Christianity shoved down their throat, it's that, and it's so rude. It's like, say hi. Ask the person how they're doing. Just ask them where they're at. There is a good way to get the message across, but then you're just undoing the works. I mean, to uplift them, and that person's completely on their own. You might just you might just push the person to the direction of being an atheist, and now they feel like they don't have any religion, and they feel like they can't connect to nothing because they think that when they try to connect to the Bible or they try to connect to God, that it means they're gonna have to get the Bible shoved down in their throat, and that there's everything they're gonna do is gonna bring them to going to hell. When essentially it's talking about being a good person. It's about loving people. It's about unity and bringing people up, and just it's very simple. In this world, there's two things. We live in the balance. We live on Earth. Everything that we face here is a test to see what we do, what deeds we do, who we become as a person. And you guys, I mean, not you guys, but the people who are just scrambling the words of the Bible and just using it however they want to, because it makes them feel good. It makes them feel better that they're putting people down. Like, it makes them, and then they have a self-righteousness feeling like, oh, I put this many people in. I told these many people they're going to hell today. I'm going to heaven because I told all these people that they're going to hell, and after I made them scared and uncomfortable and pushed them away from God. Like, I don't know what's going through Bible fanatics' minds. I actually, for some of them, they were just young, and that's how their family programmed them. I get that. You have to break the cycle. You have to think for yourself. Don't push people away from the light because you're disguising yourself as a light. Like I said, in this world, there's two things, light and dark. Darkness can disguise itself as light, but it can't come around light. It can't enter a room of light if it's pretending to be light. So you can actually make it very easy to discern. I mean, just get at the person's intentions. Instead of for the message they're trying to hit you with, ask, okay, what's this person's intentions there? Are they really trying to be a good person and telling me I'm going to hell? Or are they trying to make themselves feel righteous and better and then putting other people down when they're actually doing darkness? They're doing the enemy's work because they're taking bits and segments and forcing people, making people so uncomfortable that they don't want to go near religion at all, and just creating badness. You can disguise darkness with light all you want, but it will not be light. You guys, and for some of the people in this video who are interested in Christianity, start with the Bible. You can start with some of the older versions or some of the newer versions, whatever resonates with you. Go start from the first page and go to the last page and make your own assumptions, make your own conclusions. Some of the worst people I've seen are pastors. So people will go to a church, for example, and they'll be like, oh, the pastor was horrible, so this makes the whole religion horrible. I'm like, no, just remember that the devil hides in the church. The easiest place for the devil to hide is in the church because it's hiding in plain sight, and people, you have to think for yourself. There has been several bad pastors, but you have to come up with your own conclusions. You have to think for yourself. A lot of what people think Jesus is not exactly what Jesus is. It's Jesus, and this is what, I mean, it took me a long time at the very beginning to get into Jesus after being so pushed away, after so many people tried to Bible bash it, and it was shoved down my throat so much, and the people didn't know what they were saying. But finally, when I established my own relationship, not based off of anything online, not based off of anything I've seen ever, because people will depict a picture of Jesus when Jesus is his own presence. You can't, like I said, you can try to disguise darkness as light, but light will be light. You can't, I mean, it'll be very clear too. So make your own connections, think for yourself, get a feeling of it on yourself. Establish your own relationship with God. I have come across people who feel like they can't go to church because the people they're finding in church are so sinister themselves that they don't want to establish a connection to God because they're not able to go to church because of what they see the pastors doing. That's incorrect, because your relationship with God starts with yourself. He's in everything. He's in us. And notice how I'm an advocate of Christianity. I'm an advocate of the Bible. You don't have to use the Bible. Keep in mind, not everyone is grown up using the Bible, but there's a very nice way of going about it and telling people, and just introduce it, because the person will feel the energy of what you're trying to introduce. So if the person is trying to introduce, if they're putting another person down, like, you're going to hell, it's unfortunate. And those people in the end they're gonna have their own consequences to that, because they're really, really hurting people. I had someone send me a whole gigantic email, and I just concluded that they were young, and that's just how they grew up. But I blocked them in live, and they sent me an email over and over, just with several different verses being just stitched together. Like I said, it's a book, start and end, not like, oh, piece here, piece there. And don't put your own words on it. Don't twist it. Read it for what it is. Don't add to it. Period. That's that. It's a beautiful thing. The Bible is a beautiful thing if you actually look into it. Christianity is a beautiful thing outside of people trying to corrupt it, because think about it like this. The devil is going to try to corrupt a beautiful thing and take it away from people and make people run away from it. Use your own minds, come up with your own opinions, love each other, and just enjoy life. That's what this video is about. Be nice to each other. I don't know, for the audiences watching this video, you could be from any of the audiences. This video is about loving each other, and just, there's different paths to enhance your spirituality and become higher and closer to God, because that is a must. We cannot be on this earth and just think that we are our own gods, or we are the creator of our own. We are the creator of our own reality. We co-create, but there's God that's above us, and we have to acknowledge that. There is a creator. Even science acknowledges that there's a God, Adam. But if you just don't acknowledge anything at all, you see it with some of these rappers, with some of these singers. Like, they'll make it to a certain position, and they'll have a certain amount of clout, money, fame, whatever, and then it goes to their head. And if you ever pay attention to what happens afterwards, they get knocked down very quickly. I don't know who was saying it. I mean, there's a bunch of them that say it. They're like, oh, yeah, I hit #1 on the albums, and now I'm God. I'm like, and then something usually follows right after, humbling them, letting them know, like, you're just a person. You're under God. But that shouldn't make you feel oppressed. Keep in mind, he's in everything. It's just, you have to acknowledge something higher than yourself. A lot of how I help people with their manifestation journeys and manifesting the life they truly desire is after they connect to something higher than themselves, then they notice everything they've been manifesting starts clicking. We just have to humble ourselves, be nice to each other, love each other, and just enjoy the world and do good. It's pretty simple. That's what this video is about. Be nice to each other. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. It's kind of a strange video for me to do because it's kind of, I mean, I've gotten so many questions about this, and I have to say it's stuff very carefully because this is going to every audience. So let me know what you guys, any questions you have. My message is to just love each other and to be happy and acknowledge God and to explore your own spirituality on your own, and don't let anyone shove it down your throat, and just pay attention to intention. Pay attention to intention. That person, when they're giving you a message about God, ask yourself, where is this person coming from when they're first talking to you? Are they trying to, is it an ego thing? Are they legitimately trying to help you and connect you? Just pay attention, just be open. Or is that person trying to make you scared to make themselves feel better than you? Just discern intention. And just use your own mind. It's a beautiful thing. Look into the Bible. You don't have to delve into Christianity. There's a lot out there. Just acknowledge that something that's higher above you. And a lot of these religious fanatics will actually push you away from something very beautiful. So just see whatever, cut them off and use your own mind to explore. And then find what you can relate to, and just be your own person and do the best you can do, and you don't have to worry. Until then, leave your comments in the comment sections. I will see you guys next time. Ciao!